Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jan from Belgium. A question for Johnny. Last month you became 50, not old, and congratulations on that. What things are you most proud of so far in your career and in your life in general?
My kids. My kids, you know, my daughter Lily Rose, who's 14, my boy Jack, who's 11. I mean, there's nothing I've done in terms of anything else in my existence that come close. So yeah, my kids are most important. You know, the work is the work. You know, it's just a strange job for a grown man.
And right next to you, the lady has a question, please.
Hi, this is a question for Ruth. You're surrounded by, you and Helena were the only sort of ladies really on a very boys-oriented set. Did you find that you were being given special treatment by the gents, perhaps inspired by the behaviour of the period that it was set in? And also, what was it like playing a strong female character without sociopathic tendencies?
It wasn't as fun, actually. No, I've got 3 older brothers. I've grown up with loads of men, so I'm used to getting down and dirty with the boys and quite enjoy it. So, but also on set, you've got most of the crew, half the crew are women, the makeup and costume, and so you never feel you're the odd one out or the only one. And I just like to compete with them, so keep up with them and keep them challenged. But yeah, no, this was brilliant. It was great to play this part, great to be in a Western, and as a Brit in a Western, quite cheeky. And we had loads of fun. So no, I enjoyed every moment of it.
Can I bring that up with Jerry and Gore, actually? Kind of pretty strong British cast in this film as well. And you know, we have 3 incredible actors on this table with us, to name but a few and stuff. What was it about their talents that were right for this film?
We've got to get the Americans out of here and then we can have an honest conversation. I just think it's really, I think it's the theatre. I mean, that's, you know, there's the craft of acting is alive and well here, and it's just wonderful to come and you know, it's people come in and read for the part, you know, and a lot of times in Hollywood, agents and whatnot, just people don't want to read. I'm not reading. I'm not coming in and reading, and you know, if you come out to London and you know, you have a casting session, people come in and read, and they're not. It's not embarrassing, or it's kind of a way of like making sure that not only is the director auditioning the actor, I think the actor is auditioning the director, and you know, Harry and Ruth just come. Tom's a different story, but, you know, because people are not going to read. Like, send me the contract.
I can't read.
But I just think it's great to come out here and just, you know, you get the part because you come in and you do the work.
Thank you. Gentleman there? Yeah. White t-shirt on. Now comes you.
Thank you. It's a question for Jerry and Gore. Should the House of Mouse deem the Lone Ranger to be a big success, do you have any plans to expand upon the Lone Ranger, maybe do some sequels?
That's sort of up to the audience, you know, and up to Disney. You know, about 6 months from now, there will be a decision made in one way or another, and so we'll wait until they come to us. Hopefully they will.
At the front here.
Hi, Johnny. Hi. You were executive producer on this. I wondered what sort of benefits that brought you in terms of decision making. And Jerry and Gore, how did that affect your relationship with Johnny?
Well, I think he got to the craft service line ahead of everybody else. So I think that worked well for him.
Yeah. And I got a chair. And a trailer. And, yeah, coffee occasionally. No, you know, the executive producer credit was a beautiful gesture that from Jerry. Just out of you know, the kindness of his heart to hand me over that title, and primarily because we were you know, we were all in it, you know, from the very beginning. Like, as I said before, from the very seed of the project, we were all there, you know, in all the script meetings and whatnot, and It was that for me was plenty. That was beautiful, but to be welcomed into that part of the process. But then for Jerry to give me that title was quite a shock. So basically what I'm saying is I didn't do anything.
That's not quite right, because it wasn't an honorary thing. It was something that he brings so much creativity to the process, and to have him in the script meetings early on, and the conceptualizing the character, his character and other characters, it helps us so much, because he's got such a wealth of creative knowledge that he puts on, layers on the script and the story, that it was a pleasure to bring him in really early. And creatively, it was fantastic for the movie.
Okay, last question. Gentleman there in the green shirt.
Question for Jerry, if I can. You've got a long sort of tradition working with composer Hans Zimmer. Just sort of elaborate on, the collaboration, the ideas that you wanted to sort of put across in the film, and, his sort of work in general.
Hans, I love very strong melodies, and strong themes, and Hans comes from a European tradition of doing that. It's just inbred in him, and the team around him is pretty much the same. So there's a synchronicity that we have. We've worked together for a long time. Gore's the same way. He's worked with him, and he always comes up with something from a different angle. It can be authentic to the piece, and he does an enormous amount of research for the period, and it's a creative choice, and the way his mind works melodically is something that I love.
Great. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your time, and a round of applause, please, for Taylor.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Johnny, Arnie, Ruth, Tom, Harry, Gore, and Jerry.